Hey guys, what is going on? Hey guys, what is going on? Chris and Anthony here. Um, um, as I told you guys, we are going to do a podcast together, and obviously it is today. Anyway, I hope all you guys had a week one. As I've been telling you guys, we haven't been doing crazy good on week one. Um, we had some issues, obviously cash options. Yeah, Le'Veon Bell, he sucked. David Johnson sucked. I mean, it was just a bad week one.
Yeah, I mean, we bounced back nice on the Monday night slate, though. I mean, that was nice. Bradford, Diggs, Rudolph, Thielen, they all went off, so that was good.
Yeah, it was
But
good,
yeah,
but
Sunday was disappointing there, obviously, with Bell and Johnson. Whew.
oh yeah, for sure. It's just you don't expect the two top guys to suck for you. Um, but unfortunately, it happens. That's part of DFS. It was week one, so definitely gotta forget about that because if you just live in the past, obviously not gonna get too far.
Hmm.
Um, So yeah, anyway, like I said, we're looking ahead to week two. Definitely. As normal, guys, there is our prices 25 for the rest of the MLB season. Not much left going on there. I definitely get in on that. PGA is only 25 for the month. NFL 30 for the month, 120 for the season. Probably get about what four lineups, two from me and two from Anthony. We always do focus on the main slate. Like I said, week two, we're definitely going to bounce back here. Some pretty good matchups to look at. So definitely get in on that. And also, NBA is only about a month away. We are very, very excited for that.
Hmm.
Like I said, right now, season price is $300. It's probably going to go up a little bit more at the start of October. So definitely get in on that while you guys can. Like I said, prices are going to be going up for NBA since that is our sport. We kill it. So, like I said, get in on this while you can. Um, anyway, there's our email. We'll also have it on that email. Sorry, have it in the comment section. Also, we'll have our Twitter down there as well. Anyway, with that being said, like I said, it is week two. Thursday night game kind of sucked. Didn't really watch it. Um,
Wasn't much to see there.
no. And also, I saw that week one, it was one of the lowest scoring weeks in like NFL history or something for week
Yeah,
one. It was just terrible. Yeah, hopefully this week is a little better.
pretty crazy considering the past few years have been like the highest scoring years in the NFL. So
Yeah. Yeah, it was just a bad week one. Anyway, week two, here we go. We got Cleveland and Baltimore. We only got a 39 total in Baltimore by 8. So it's a big spread.
hmm.
Only 39 total. We saw what Baltimore did last week to Cincinnati offense, even though their offense sucks as we saw last night. Um, who are you liking in this one, Baltimore and Cleveland?
Baltimore defense all the way. But that being said, Cleveland's defense does seem to be upgraded this year, so I also wouldn't mind some Justin Tucker. He is the most expensive kicker on the slate, but I do expect him to get some pretty good field goal work here.
Do you think they're going to capitalize on field goals more, or do you think they're going to get a couple touchdowns? Or I mean, how many field goals do you think Tucker's going to get? Because he's pretty expensive. Is he worth it?
Yeah, it's super expensive. Yeah, I know, but not maybe the best tournament play because he's not going to get you the
Right.
best value return. But if you need to get some points and you can afford them, then you can do that. But I mean, obviously, you're going to have to probably spend down a little bit at the easy spots this week because certain positions are a little more difficult to forecast.
Yeah. For sure. I think I'm looking at some of the higher totals. Me personally, for kickers, Will Lutz, Gronkowski, some of those
Mm-hmm.
guys. I mean, I know they're not going to get crazy field goals, but when there's a total like that, that high, I think there's going to be at least one or two field goals. I had Will Lutz on my fantasy team, and he did really good for me. Um,
He
yeah,
was
kind of stayed.
he was like my third highest scorer on one of my disaster teams.
Yeah, he was my second highest. That's pretty bad. But anyway, yeah, I don't mind Tucker here. You liking anyone else here? We had Terrence West had 14 first game. Obviously, Bell didn't really do much against Cleveland. I already talked about that. I think they sabotaged him um, just because he missed so much time. But anyway, you got Terrence West, Jeremy Langford. Are you going to mess with this Baltimore backfield, or are you just going to leave it?
Yeah, not looking to do too much here. I think with Baltimore, you obviously have Terrence West there. With Woodhead, who was actually off to a decent start early on. With him out, people are talking about Buck Allen, Javorius Allen, coming in there and getting huge share of the work. But
Would you personally do it or no?
not my favorite play.
Maybe
You know,
maybe DraftKings, maybe, but
well, you look at that price tag, and I mean, I think there's another play around that price tag who I actually would really like to play this week, over in that Saints game. So
yeah, we'll get to that one in a second. What about Isaiah Crowell? He ran the ball quite a bit. Defense is pretty good though. Probably not.
yeah, not my favorite here. I'm not going to really test any Baltimore defense, so I don't really like anybody from the Cleveland side.
Yeah. What about Macklin? We didn't pick him week 1. We kind of talked about him a little bit. He got 12.6. We just saw what Antonio Brown did against Cleveland. Obviously, it's a little bit different. No Hayden there anymore. Do you like Macklin or?
Yeah, so it wasn't the sexiest pick, but it was just enough to really like work out last week. Kind of like we said, it was really low scoring. So if you happen to get any kind of touchdown work from anybody,
right,
you had a pretty decent week. This week, not the sexiest upside pick for me, really.
No,
I know.
I was going to say I think they're going to, I don't think there's going to be too crazy of a passing attack. I really don't.
No, I don't really see Baltimore coming out and saying, "Hey, let's we really need to run up the score here if we want to win this game."
I think it's personally, I think it's going to be like a 21-17 game.
Yeah, that reads about right.
So yeah, I don't really see anything here. You got Coleman; he had an all right game, but once again, Baltimore defense.
Clearly the number one target there. Kenny Britt, afterthought. They're saying he might not even play. He might not start this week.
Yeah, he dropped one last week, and everyone got pissed at him. So
yeah, he has an attitude problem, and when you do that, it really shows. It reflects poorly.
Tucker and Ravens, is that what I'm getting from here?
Yeah, Tucker probably not even going to be my top play at kicker.
Probably
but
Ravens.
Yeah, Ravens for sure.
So not too much from that one. Next game we got Chicago and Tampa Bay. They are back in Florida. So after Hurricane Irma, we got a 43 total and Tampa Bay by 7. So surprisingly, Chicago played Atlanta pretty good. Are we going to expect Chicago to play this one close as well, or is this going to be a blowout?
No, I don't think that it's going to really play out a whole lot like last week. I don't know. I was kind of surprised to be quite honest with Atlanta. They kind of came out little rusty, it looked like. But I think that Tampa Bay should be able to take full advantage here. I really do like Jameis Winston this week. I like Mike Evans. And then
cash options, obviously.
Yeah, for sure, cash options. And then you also got Quiz Rogers, who a lot of people are really hyping up this week.
He's on my fantasy team, man. I need him.
Yeah, you need him to come through. He gets good work when he's the starter. So,
what about Charles Sims? Do you think he's going to get some extra carries? Once in a while, he's not bad.
Yeah, once in a while, but man, I don't know. Maybe I'm cursing him here, or maybe I'm cursing myself. But some of these guys that have been around the league for a couple years and they've had their chance. I just don't want to keep going back to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So we got Howard. He's limited in practice. And then obviously we know what happened with what's his name? Where is he?
So Tarek Cohen already outworked him as it was. And so if Howard is going to be nicked up, I mean, wow. For $5,400, you're going to get a guy who might be just the overall number one back.
Yeah, but he'll be very, very, very cashy if Howard's out. Very cashy. So,
I mean, I think we kind of fell into this last week where, just because a lot of guys in the DFS industry are saying somebody's name, I mean, maybe not. I don't know. He's going to be higher owned, but is he going to hit 20%, 25%?
I don't know, man. He was
I know he's like everyone's hot waiver wire pickup. If you have David Johnson who dropped, and then of course you want to pick up Tarek Cohen. It seems like, but
yeah,
how many people are going to really go there in DFS? I don't know. I think people are going to still want to go for, your Gordons, your Gurleys, Bell.
Yeah. Well, and kind of you mentioned a little bit with you and I just talking. Tampa Bay defense is a little better this year.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously they picked up Ward and everything, but so would you play Cohen even if Howard plays, or how are you feeling there, or you just don't want to play him too popular? Or
I'm gonna play him. Would I recommend everyone to put him in a cash lineup? I don't know if I want to call him cash, but you certainly can't get away with it, I think, because he will have some ownership in a 50-50.
Yeah, for me, I might put him in a couple. I do have a little bit fear every time when I do pick a rookie. They have a good for a week one. Everyone goes to him and he sucks week two. It happens sometimes. So
Yeah, well, the Saints game, like I said,
yeah,
has somebody who I actually do really like playing. And
right.
it's kind of the number 2 guy in the sense of the sleeper rookie running back.
Wide receivers, obviously, you already mentioned Mike Evans. You got Deshaun Jackson. Might throw a couple long ones out to him. Do you like him here or no?
Yeah, I think he can probably get loose here. This is the kind of defense you look for that against.
Yep.
So what's up with the Chicago side there? I mean, you gonna
Oh
play
man,
any kind of offense on
that
the
pissed me
wide
off last
receiving?
week. Oh my goodness,
Yeah, I'm not
Kendall
gonna go
Wright, I
there.
hate you. I hate you, Kendall Wright.
Well, I think you just see, he's pretty much the only guy out there that anybody needs to worry about. So
who knows? Maybe Ruben Randall comes out and 100 points.
yeah,
100.
maybe.
He was okay with the Giants.
Yeah, but
Marcus Wheaton, So I just don't even want to touch that really. You got OJ Howard, Cameron Britt. You like any of these guys or not the
Braid, I
matchup?
don't hate, but that's like a wild card pick for me.
Yeah. Kickers, you got Nick Folk, Connor Barth. You like any of these guys?
Don't really want to go with either one of these. I don't
Tampa
know.
Bay defense, you like them here?
Don't hate them.
Who do you like
You
more,
saw that
Ravens
spread.
or Buccaneers?
I think you probably want to go Ravens, but if you need the savings, if you really really need those $200,
Yeah,
you can play Bucks and feel good about it. I think.
I don't know. I don't really like them. I mean, yeah, it's not bad, but I don't know. For me personally, if I'm picking a defense this week, I'm just going to go cash with Seattle. That's personally.
So yeah, I like Seattle and Baltimore a lot, but I don't think you really need to go save that much at defense this week. That's kind of why I was saying guys like Tucker that you just get your points and get in and get out.
Right.
I think there's some really cheap running backs on the board that we're talking about that we don't mind.
And then obviously got Arizona defense as well, but we'll get there. So Winston, Evans, maybe Jackson. That's really it from this one here, and obviously Jaquez Rogers. So speaking of Arizona, got Arizona, Indianapolis, 44 total, and Arizona by 7. So obviously your Rams are the best team in the league right now. If you look at difference on the scoreboard.
Yeah. If you look at the points for, points allowed, we are statistically the far and away best team in the league.
There you go. So anyway, as I mentioned there, we have only a 44 total in Arizona by 7, so they're expecting this one to be lopsided. But obviously both of these teams have injuries, big injuries, Luck, and then obviously Johnson. So you got Carson Palmer. Do you like him this week? They're going to have to throw a little bit more. Running game's not really there anymore. As you mentioned, they wanted to run Johnson 350 plus times. They don't have that anymore. They're going to have to throw. Do you like him here or no?
Yeah, it's funny. We talk about funnel defenses. This somehow just became a funnel offense where,
right.
You took away, one funnel and now they have to go straight to Palmer and the wideouts. Yeah. I don't really hate it, but I mean, at 7,500, I don't love it either. He is pretty cheap, but
he looked terrible.
Man, yeah, I don't like Palmer that much anymore.
I
used to love him.
Right. I think for me, it's going to be one of those, might 230 passing yards, maybe a touchdown, maybe 2, but I don't know.
Yeah. What's going to be weird, man, is people, maybe they didn't notice, but Jacoby Brissett came in for the Colts and actually was able to move the ball.
I picked him up on my fantasy team, actually, which is kind of weird, but
I kind
of like him.
I don't think that – I mean, I'm not saying it's going to be this great competitive game here, but it reads more like a tough, 19 to 22 kind of game. I don't know. Weird score, but –
yeah, I mean, it's only 44 total. It's nothing too crazy. So, yeah, maybe Palmer. Running backs, obviously, you got Williams, you got Andre Ellington, and then Johnson is not on here. Huh. They're going to have to add him. I don't know if they can add him or not. But anyway, you like any of these Arizona running backs?
Nah, it's just going to be like a three-headed monster, it seems like. I mean, Kerwin Williams had, some decent work in the preseason. even Andre Ellington, he looked okay at times, but I just really see it as being an equal share, and you're just going to be a lucky dice roll if you happen to land on the right guy.
Right. So, yeah, and then you got Gore. I don't know there.
Marlon Mack was looking pretty strong out of the backfield, too.
Who was?
Marlon Mack.
Marlon Mack, yeah, 11 fantasy points. Yeah, definitely watch that. And then you got T.Y. Hilton. You got Larry Fitz. I like Larry Fitz once again. He's always a good guy to get some receptions. As we just said, Palmer's going to have to throw a little bit more. I like J.J. Nelson. I love him as well. John Brown's questionable right now, so there you go.
Yeah, Nelson had a bad drop, and he would have had an even sweeter day.
Right.
But he still did pretty good, obviously.
$5,300. Shoot.
Yeah.
So
yeah, his price really needs to be raised.
It does.
I don't know what FanDuel's really doing.
But it's all right. Keep it there for now.
Yeah.
I'm not going to complain about it.
Mm-hmm.
Then tight ends, I don't care for these guys. Jack Doyle, he's nothing until Luck gets back. Vinatieri, Dawson, it's kind of a dome there in Lucas Oil. Do you like any of these guys? I think a couple of them, they're going to need some field goals. But for me, I don't think Tolzien can really drive the ball. I don't think Vinatieri's going to have a chance to kick.
He's not going to really have a chance. And even when he does, last week he had a bad miss, dude. It seems like Vinatieri's kind of losing his touch.
What about Phil Dawson? You like him or no?
They
don't have Johnson to bury it in the end zone anymore.
Yeah, that's true, but they also don't have any way to move the ball up and down at will like they used to.
No, so and then you got Arizona defense here. I don't mind them, obviously. I think they'll be good.
Yeah, it seems like any play against Indianapolis is a good one.
So, so we mentioned Nelson, Larry Fitzgerald, maybe Palmer, but not too high on him. So Nelson, Fitzgerald, anyone else? Obviously Cardinals defense, but I think that's really it from this one.
If you're playing a lowball league, Scott Tolzien is your man.
Right, or GPPP, really GPP, Marlon Mack. Who knows?
Yeah, if you want to get crazy, maybe Marlon Mack, but that's not – maybe.
That's way out of there. All right, next game we got Jacksonville and Tennessee. We got a 42 total in Tennessee, only by 1.5. So obviously Jacksonville defense the pick last week, but Savage and Watson, they got sacked a lot. 10 sacks for Jacksonville. They are playing a little bit harder team in Tennessee. Obviously they got beat against the Raiders last week, but this should be a good game. I really do think this should be a good one. So who are you looking at in this one?
Well, I mean, I think Taylor Lewan's going to do a better job protecting Mariota. I don't see Jacksonville really putting up the gaudy number like that again. So,
no, Texas doesn't have an offense. So,
yeah. With that being said, I still don't think it's going to be super high scoring. You saw what happened against Oakland, a team with a high-powered offense.
Right.
You expected that game to kind of shoot out, and even still, it was a very defensive battle as well. So, you're going to see more of that here. I do like the running game here from Tennessee, but more so, I think Leonard Fournette at home, they're going to have to control the ball. We've seen it where they're literally trying to revitalize this offense into not letting Bortles throw it at all.
So, but what are you going to do though when Tennessee just stacks the line? That's all they're going to do.
It seems like that's what's going to happen. So and then Allen Robinson just went down. Yeah. So I don't really like the prospects of this offense too much.
So I don't mind.
It's not my favorite game either way.
I don't think he's going to get 19 again. I think maybe 13. He's still going to as good as carries. I think he'll still get around 85 plus rushing yards. I still don't mind him. 7,600.
But they won't let him get in the box probably. I mean, you saw even Marshawn Lynch, who was running really powerful, still had a tough time getting things done.
Yeah, but still didn't do too bad. And then you got DeMarco Murray gets Jacksonville. What are you thinking here?
I don't really want to force it. You know what I mean? Yeah, that defense looks pretty stiff.
Most people don't know, man, that Jacksonville defense looking good. I mean, I know it's Jacksonville; they've been sucking, but their defense is legit. I mean,
well, yeah, they were super underpriced on FanDuel, but if you look at DraftKings last week, they were like the number 2 defense.
Yep. Yeah, and I was looking at some of these rankings, for drafting, and some of these, for season long, some of these places I was looking at, some of them had Jacksonville as the number 2 defense, and I was like, what? And in one of my leagues, I drafted them. one of the last picks for defense, and obviously, so I think they're legit this year. So
Well, Miles Jack is healthy, so I mean that's a huge boost.
yep. If anyone, who you like in this one, or is this kind of one of those?
Yeah, it's one of those real tough battles out there in the. I mean, it sounds crazy, but this is the two premier teams in the AFC South, and that
I know, it's weird.
division's really been hurting lately. But yeah, it's going to be a grinder out there.
Do you like Mariota at all, or no?
Nah, I really wasn't falling in love with him last week, so I don't see why I would this week.
Kickers, we got Suckup, we got Myers. Both of them had 12 points. This should, like we said, it should be a good close defense. Do you like any of these guys?
I mean, it's definitely going to be a field goal kind of game, but just how many are going to go through, I don't really know.
And then defenses, they cancel each other, or do you want to pick any of them?
Well, at 43, they're still underpriced, Jacksonville. So, I mean, it's not super high upside for me. It's definitely not the Houston team that they faced last week, but
I think their ownership will go up just a little bit too.
Yeah.
So,
but I mean, if you can get a safe 10 points, maybe.
Yeah. So this is a cancel game for me. It's just nothing.
It seems like nothing really, no cream rising to the top for me.
No, like I said, maybe Fournette if you had to pick, but not too.
It's probably like my one guy that I would want to play, but not the favorite.
All right, moving on. We got Kansas City and Philadelphia. We got a 47.5 total, and Kansas City by 6. So both of these teams won week 1. Both their quarterbacks did pretty good as well. So should be a good one. Who are we liking?
So I mean, this is going to be a really tough game. They both looked pretty good last week. Obviously, the Chiefs looked incredible. But if you don't think that Andy Reid wasn't thinking about this game, pretty much like.
Oh, he is
just as much as he was last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's been game planning all year for this. So I like the Chiefs again, man.
So you like Alex Smith? I don't mind him. I don't think he's going to get 31, but shoot, 20. I see 23, 24.
I don't expect 31, but yeah.
I do expect
20, 22, 23 sounds about right.
2 touchdowns, 280 yards passing around there. That's not bad. And then you got Carson Wentz here. Do you like him against Kansas City defense? You saw what they did against Tom Brady.
So, it definitely hurts losing Eric Berry, but I still think that this defense is going to rally.
Yeah, for sure. Running backs, we got Hunt again. We got Mr. Blunt. Who we like in there? Hunt's going to be very, very popular this week.
Super popular, probably. I mean, you put up 40 points. I don't see how you're not popular. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna heat check it for sure. I'm gonna have a couple lineups. He's not gonna be my top ownership running back though.
Yeah, but as I just told you with what's his name, Cohen with Chicago, same kind of thing. I kind of fear. Good week 1, everyone's gonna go to him. Week 2 and so I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I still expect. Yeah.
It's funny because that's the same thing that people said about Tyreek Hill last year coming into this year, and then he went out and proved everyone wrong. Like.
Yep. So Hunt obviously. Do you like Blunt? Or no, probably not against KC. I don't like him.
So I like Blunt, but just not this week.
Yeah. Then you got, obviously, we just talked about him, Hill. I think he's still another good spot here.
Mm-hmm. There's just not many people on the field that are faster than that guy. I don't know if you saw the breakdown, but they were the 2 fastest people recorded on the field last week.
Yeah.
They both broke 20 miles per hour. Crazy.
So there's when your dark horses are sitting on the wide receiver.
Yes. The thing is, though, is that Eric Berry does a lot more coverage on the tight end. I still think Marcus Peters is going to be covering him a lot.
You think he's going to get him instead of Jeffrey?
I think they trust their corners enough to stay on Jeffrey a little bit more. I think Peters might.
Or Aguilar.
I don't know. I want to test it with Torrey.
I mean, we saw week 1. Wentz took at least 3 or 4 shots to him. Didn't really connect, but he'll take the shot, and he even took a shot against Norman, obviously one of the best in the league. So he'll take the shot again here against Kansas City.
They didn't move his price either, so
no,
I like it.
It's GPP. So if you guys are playing GPP, Torrey Smith, we kind of like him here. He's a good long ball threat. Might only get 1 or 2 receptions, but hopefully with a touchdown. So we kind of like him here.
So a lot of people who went to him week 1 kind of got disappointed with well, he didn't get any touchdowns for me, but still had a solid performance. I think people are going to be down on him this week because he's facing the Chiefs, but I am on him still because, like I said, Eric Berry, the tight end coverage guy, is down. But yeah, I like Zach Ertz.
He still got 13-3 even with no touchdowns. So
Yeah.
he still had a very good one. I think he led the team in receptions, obviously. Yeah, I love him. I really do. You got Kelsey here, a little bit quiet, but you think they're going to use him here week 2?
So I don't know if it was just like, he figured the Patriots were only going to be worried about Kelsey, so he was just a decoy. But, man, that is it Demetrius Harris? That guy was looking pretty solid for Kansas City. I'd be interested to see. Yeah, I'd be interested to see what happens with Kelsey's target share this week. He was getting carries out of the backfield. I don't know if you saw.
Yeah, I did.
That was pretty interesting how they're kind of working him in there.
That was like a fullback. Yep.
Yeah. Be careful with him. He's not my favorite play. Obviously, he has huge explosion potential, but yeah, I'm not going to go there.
Yeah, so obviously Ertz for sure here. Sturgis is out. They don't have their kicker, unfortunately, on FanDuel. They got Santos. Do you like him?
I like Jairo Santos, yes.
Yeah, he has
because this offense is able to move it. And then, I do think Philadelphia has they're not one of the best maybe, but they have a pretty decent defense. They can play tough and show some moxie. I think they can probably hold them to some field goals here.
So what about the obviously defenses? Do they cancel out here, or do you think maybe Kansas City gets a couple picks here, or cancel each other out? What do you got?
I'm not really motivated to play either defense too much. Yeah. I do like Chiefs a little bit better than the Eagles, but either one is not one of my top 5 probably.
Yeah, like so we have a 47 total. So yeah, it should be a good one here. So if you had to pick Wentz or Smith, who would you go? In a cash option, Smith. And then obviously you got Hunt again, Hill. Do you like? We didn't really talk about him. Do you like Jeffrey or Aguilar or no?
I don't mind Jeffrey as much. He won't have Josh Norman shadow defense. I think that he does a little bit better this week, but still going to be a tougher time.
Yep, and then obviously we like Ertz. So this is definitely a couple from this one for sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right, moving on. I think this is the highest total here. We got a 56 total with New Orleans and New England. We got a -6 for New England. They're in New Orleans, and if you guys know Drew Brees, that's where he kills it. So, in the Superdome, their ball travels really well. Should be a good one here. Who you liking here?
Everyone.
If you had to pick Brady or Brees, who would you go? You got Brees at home or Brady on the road? He's 0-1. He's going to want to redeem himself. Who do you like?
So, you just said pretty much where my brain's going with this one is Tom Brady is not going to sit back and just let people disrespect him.
No.
So
I think Gronk's going to have a monster game. I really do.
Everyone's saying
I hope so.
I'm afraid. Oh, I know. Yeah, I'm afraid, though, because, I'm going to play him for sure, but are we falling into the same Bell Johnson trap here?
New Orleans don't have a good defense against tight ends.
They don't. I agree.
So I'm going there.
Does that mean you played Dwayne Allen? No, I'm just kidding.
Shoot, man. He better not go off.
Yeah.
There'll be that one guy that picks him. So
I'll have one, but probably not enough.
So we got Brady.
I mean, I do love Gronk. So,
right. So we got Brady and Brees here. All right, running back. Let's get to your guy.
Yes. Please tell me you know who it is.
Karma?
Yes.
Karma?
Yeah. Nice attempt, but Kamara.
My bad.
I believe he says it Kamara. I watched a video about it.
So obviously no one probably really knows about him. So if you want, you can tell us about him.
So he's a rookie out of Tennessee. Really good in the open field, but he's got surprising power also. I was watching him in the preseason, and he was actually trucking dudes, and he's got real deceptive speed and power. So I think that they're going to be using him a lot out of the backfield as a passing option, little dump-offs here and there. He actually out-snapped all of the running backs. That's
how many
AP and Ingram.
How many snaps did he get?
I think it was something like 22, 26, something like that.
Yeah, I forgot to bring up RotoCurve. They have all the snaps and everything. I forgot to bring that up. But
that's fine. I caught least a couple of the important ones.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean Kamara for sure.
So he's your GPP guy. Are you worried at all that Peterson's going to get some extra snaps, or no?
Well, after that, meme went around,
That
I
was
don't
so
see how
funny.
Sean Payton doesn't rush him a little bit. Now, for sure, it kind of something that it's going to bite us in the butt because I played Peterson on the Monday night slate, thinking for sure he's going to get his.
Yep.
Nope. But I mean, if it's a sign of things to come, that's what I'm reading into. That's why I like Kamara as a play.
The guy on your screen right now, he's the MVP.
Oh God,
we talked about him before. He's going to steal the touchdowns.
I think Kamara has already shown enough that he can lower his shoulder. I certainly hope that this touchdown vulture doesn't come in. It was funny. Last week we were trying to talk about the touchdown vultures, and we couldn't really think of who it was besides Kuhn. But sure enough, he came up last week. I don't know if you saw it, but the guy in Buffalo, Tolbert,
that's my boy.
That's the vulture right there, man.
That's my boy, man. Yeah. Oh, I miss him.
The tub of goo.
We're playing him this week, so it's going to be interesting. Anyway, you got how do you say his name? Mike
Gillislee.
Do you like him again? 3 touchdowns again?
If you're in the red zone, you're giving it to Gillislee, apparently.
Do you like him?
Yeah. I think the Patriots have a good shot at moving the ball. I think they're going to get down in the red zone near the goal line. And he apparently is the go-to guy for Bill Belichick.
All right. So looks like Danny is probably going to be out with a concussion. That means their wide receivers are really thin. James White, man, watch out.
Yeah, for sure. And then also Rex Burkhead, but James White more so.
Yeah, Rex Burkhead. Most of you guys don't know him. He was obviously with Cincinnati last year. He kind of reminds me of Woodhead a little bit. Little.
They use him in the same kind of way.
Yeah. So James White, I like him. He was a little bit quiet, but I do like him. It's only 5,700.
So in some of my Thursday lineups that I made that we don't really post on Thursday, we'd be giving away every single lineup play that we want too early, but I will give away that I did have a lot of James White.
There you go. We got Michael Thomas. We got the return of Brandon Cooks. We got Chris Hogan, Ted Ginn. Who we like in there?
Obviously I like Brandon Cooks. He's going to be fired up to be back in the building. I expect a long touchdown for sure. The thing is everybody's going to play him
after this.
So are you going with the Saints GPP play or
it's the wide receiver
New England
for the Saints?
For the Saints, Coleman?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, for sure. He was a little disappointing in the preseason, but we know how it is in New Orleans. These young stars just rise.
Yeah, and if you looked at it, he had a lot of snaps week 1. He obviously didn't get too many passes, but he was out there a lot. I was looking at him; he was out there for a lot of snaps. So I don't know. Watch out, man. I mean, it seems a little. It seems a little bit out of it, but if you remember, 2 or 3 years ago with Michael Thomas, same thing. Willie Snead, same kind
Willie
of thing.
Snead is the one who makes me think of this.
Yep. So watch out. That's my GPP option there. That's for me. All right, so tight ends, we got Gronk, we got Fleener. Fleener had a good week 1 there. Obviously, we already talked about Gronk. Do you like Fleener?
Yeah, I think a lot of people are going to, chase the points, but I think I was high on him last year, and the problem was he just wasn't really meshing into the system. If he's getting the system, I'm going to go back to being high on him.
Yeah, I think Breeze is obviously, he misses Jimmy Graham, so I think he, that's what they missed last year. That's why they were so bad. I don't expect them to do crazy good this year again. Maybe 500 team, but they need Fleener in that lineup, and we'll see.
Well, that's the thing. So we're expecting big things from Breeze this game. So let's go through it. Who are his targets? He got Thomas, Ginn, Coleman, and Fleener, and we know Breeze. He spreads it around. He has more throws to go around than guys to catch him. So
for sure.
I think Fleener gets some work just naturally.
For sure. You got Stephen. What? How do you say his name?
Gostkowski.
Gostkowski. His crazy last name. Anyway, and then we got Will Lutz, obviously. Who you like here? Playing in a dome.
Lutz.
Yeah, I like him again. 47. I really do like him. And then obviously these defenses are nowhere to be found. So, going to be a popular one. We got Breeze. We got Tom Brady, Gillislee. I didn't really talk about Ingram or Peterson. Do you like them or no?
They're gonna probably pissed me off this week because Kamara is probably not going to get anything.
Yeah.
But no, man, I'm just going to stick to my guns here. I really like Kamara. I think that they're probably going to, even though New England looked kind of bad against a really good team last week, I think that they're going to be playing ahead. So New Orleans is going to have to do a lot of passing from behind. I do like Kamara over those two.
Yeah, we both like White. Kamara, obviously, GPP option there. Wide receivers, everyone's in play here. Thomas Cooks, don't mind Hogan. Then obviously Ted Ginn as a long threat there. Dorsett, we didn't talk about Dorsett.
Oh, yes. That's one of my super deep GPP guys.
No,
I mean,
been talking about him.
Yeah, I like Hogan for sure, but I do like Dorsett to have to step up.
So I don't really know Dorsett. Is he a slot receiver or no?
So yeah, he got some work out of the slot, but I think he's more of a guy who's going to get a lot of work in the flat and the posts.
And then obviously I don't mind Coleman, then Gronk and Fleener. So yeah, cash option. A lot of guys in this one. Definitely pick a lot of them in this one. Should be a good high scoring game there.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Another game I don't mind. Minnesota and Pittsburgh. We've got a 45.5 total and Pittsburgh by 5. I personally think it should be a little bit closer, that spread. I do think Minnesota will give them a pretty good run here. As we know, Big Ben, that's where he's good at home.
Well, I think there's a misconception here that the better defense is going to be from Pittsburgh. I mean, everyone's all, TJ Watt, he looked great. Yeah, but Minnesota's the better team here, I think, actually.
So we got Big Ben, we got Sam Bradford. Obviously, this is questionable, but he's going to play. Who you like here? I don't mind Big Ben, man. He's at home.
Yeah, he's at home. That's obviously a big boost. So you can play Big Ben and Antonio Brown.
Right. I mean, obviously, Minnesota got a good defense and all, but those two we've seen over the years. Don't matter what defense it is, they're good. So
it just makes you shake your head. Just how do they do that?
Yeah. You got Sam Bradford. Do you like him this week?
Yeah, I like Sammy B. It kills me because he's out there killing it in Minnesota now.
That's funny. Just real quick, this is really random. We got Alex Smith at 7,200, and then Bradford at 71. Who would you pick? Just because they're about the same price. Both of them had a good week one. Both of them in pretty good high scoring matchups here.
I think Bradford has the better game script as far as who's going to need to be throwing more and be able to do it more successfully. So, yeah, but I mean, does Pittsburgh's secondary really scare you?
No, not at all.
No. And did you see Stephon Diggs and Adam Thielen?
Yeah, I did. Like I said, I had him on my fantasy team. I was down like 70 points to 40 in the Monday. I was like, I'm done. And I had Thielen and Diggs, and awesome. It was awesome. So, yeah, I saw it for sure.
They were pretty impressive.
They were. Running backs, we got Le'Veon Bell, Dalvin Cook. Who you like in here?
Bell is, I think, obviously going to be the highest owned running back this week.
Pisses me off. God.
I think he gets back, and I think Tomlin
for sure. But still
beats him. Yeah.
It cost me money.
Everybody off, dude. He pissed everybody off.
We got Dalvin Cook. I like him again here against Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Only $6,700. Not bad.
Yeah, that's the thing about last week. Everybody who made money not playing Bell also lost a lot of money playing Bell. So there's just no way to dance around that. And
then, you got Brown, Diggs, Mr. Bryant. He's back. Interesting. And then Mr. Adam Thielen. Who we like in here? Oh, and Treadwell's back.
So obviously you have to choose who to play, and you don't want to play all your wide receivers out of this game, but
or maybe
at the same time, maybe you want to. I don't know.
Yeah. So who do you
step
pick?
out on a limb here, and I mean, if you're going to stack, obviously you just don't want to play Brown out of it, I think, right? You just play everyone else.
I don't know. I want Brown.
I love Brown, but I mean,
right? Yeah.
If you want to get different, then you put Bryant and you put Thielen in there. Everyone's going to rush to Diggs and Brown.
Yeah. I mean, we know Brown's going to get your 20+. Diggs, obviously, the big red zone target there. Adam Thielen, he can run routes pretty well as well. So, oh man, yeah. I mean, all four of those guys, I like him. Bryant, he might be the only questionable guy, but I still think his ownership will be a little high here.
I don't want to get, too political or controversial here, but against the defense like Mike Tomlin's,
right.
I want a guy like Diggs.
Yeah, because he gets fired up.
Yeah, he's he gets physical out there. He's not afraid to go up there and go get it.
No, he does not.
I don't want a guy who possibly could go out there and get pumped.
Is it because he's white? Jeez.
Hey,
man, some of those white guys are strong, man.
No, for sure.
He had 100+ receiving yards, so obviously he's taking some hits. But, yeah, like you said, I do like Diggs over Thielen, but both of them are pretty good options here. What about Treadwell? He's been interesting. He didn't really do anything week 1. Do you think they maybe go here since Thielen Diggs going to be so popular? They're going to have to pass it to Treadwell, or don't want to take that shot?
I don't know. I think I like the Bradford rapport with his top 2 guys.
Yeah, for sure. I just don't know if they have any room for him. And then you got Rudolph. You got Jesse James.
That's a white guy. I'm not afraid to play Rudolph.
Yeah, that was so funny last week though, telling your brother not to play James.
I will forever not be the fantasy expert for him.
I know you're like, don't play James. Don't play James.
Well, that's the thing. So like, yeah, I mean, me and him would get together and we talk stuff, and we'll create little hybrid lineups with our plays, and like literally every play that he kept, it worked out pretty well. All the ones that I told him worked out somewhat well, except for obviously Bell and Johnson, who were both on. But yeah, the one guy who completely went nuclear, and any of us talked any crap about was James.
Yeah,
it's not going to happen again.
Right.
I don't think.
So. Rudolph or James, I think Rudolph for sure.
Yeah.
And then kickers here, you got Boswell, and then Forsyth, who you like here. Pittsburgh, I don't know how the weather is. Is it supposed to look nice there? Because that is a hard place to kick.
Where did the hurricane go? I mean, is it going up north now? I don't know. Like the tropical storm?
It went through Atlanta and everything. So,
okay.
Yeah, they should be good in Pittsburgh.
I don't know. Somehow the wind is always bad in Pittsburgh.
It is.
Seems like.
So if you check it and the wind, everything looks good. I don't mind either of these kickers. I mean, Forsyth, he's only 4,500. That's cheap. They're going to get some kicks here. It's not Blair Walsh, so you don't have to worry about it.
Got to sneak that in.
Right. And then you got both these defenses. You like them or no? None of them?
Yeah. Yeah, if the Vikings weren't playing the Steelers, right. Quarterback who just don't give a shit if he throws a pick six.
Right.
I mean, he's going to come right back out there and throw it.
Yeah. So
throw a touchdown.
Big Ben, obviously not a bad option. Sam Bradford. I mean, everyone in this mostly. Dell, Cook, Brown, Diggs, maybe Bryant, Thielen, Rudolph, maybe the kickers if the weather's right. So yeah, should be another really good game here. Definitely looking forward to it.
Yep.
All right, moving on. We've got Buffalo and Carolina. We got a 43 total in Carolina by 7. I personally don't agree with that at all. I think it should be Buffalo. I really do think Buffalo is going to beat them. I don't know. It's just me. So obviously Carolina won week 1, but they look like complete crap, to be honest with you. Newton, his shoulder's still hurting him, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Who are you liking
here? Jonathan Stewart, possibly. I don't know. I mean, McCaffrey's going to get some more use, but yeah. I mean, your defense, kind of like I was saying, not as bad as everyone makes them out to be. They did get the benefit of playing San Francisco, a really crappy team last week. So
Buffalo's not that good either. I mean, they look good week 1, but obviously they're playing the Jets. So
yeah.
I don't know. For me, I don't know. Watch out for LaShawn McCoy. I know, like I said, they have a good defense and all, but man,
he kind of got a little nicked up last week. I mean, he went back in, I think, but just monitor that.
Right.
He might not be completely 100%.
Who knows?
But yeah, I don't really hate him.
First, second down when they get to the end zone, maybe there's Tolbert.
Oh boy.
I don't. Shoot GPP with Tolbert. I mean, it's his whole team in Carolina. That's where he's from.
How many $4,000, $5,000 running backs are we going to recommend?
I know we have so many.
Don't spend up.
Oh, man. I know last week we're like spend up for running backs. This week
suddenly we're so afraid of spending up, yeah.
Yep. So I don't mind Tolbert. He's a fullback. He's not really a running back. He's a big. They call him the bowling pin, or the bowling ball, one of the two. He just knocks everybody. Yeah, bowling ball. That's what they call him.
I think he's the ball. Yeah, everyone else is the pins.
Yeah, he's like 5'9", 250, big dude. Anyway, I don't mind him. I really don't. Wide receivers, you got Benjamin, Matthews, Shepard, I don't even know these people. It's my own team.
Zay Jones.
Oh my goodness, yeah. Don't even talk about that. Anyway, who you like here?
Until Cam figures out how to throw the ball again, I don't really want to go to Benjamin. I recommended him last week, but yeah, Cameron looks a little lost out there.
I don't really like any of these guys.
Not too sexy around any of these plays. I don't know.
For me, tight end, I like Clay. I'm not going to touch Olsen until Newton gets back to what he can be, if he does. I really like Clay, though. I don't mind him. I know our linebackers are good with Shaq, Thomas Davis, and Kuechly, but as you just saw there, Buffalo don't really have wide receivers, so they're going to have to use them a little bit.
Yeah, I don't mind Clay a little bit, but
nothing crazy. Maybe 10, but nothing too crazy there. I'd probably go Fleener in that price range if you had the pick there.
That's kind of what I was trying to debate to myself right now, is which would I rather play, and I just think Fleener gets a much better matchup.
Yep. You got Gano, you got Hauschka, Harrison, Butker. I don't know if to say his name. Anyway, he got waived, teased out, so it's Gano. Anyway, like I said, Gano and Hauschka. Who you like here, if any?
I don't really want to go there. I don't think.
No, I don't care for this game.
No, I kind of agree.
Like I said, I'm a Panther fan, but I never pick the Panthers. I just don't do it. So it's weird. If you look at the ratings, obviously they'll change, but they have Newton as the number 2 rated quarterback. I don't know about that one.
That's based off of Cam Newton before he was broken. I don't know what his deal is. Because it goes back to last year.
Yeah.
Is he that hurt, or what's going on?
Well, he has surgery in the offseason.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just don't put too much into it, I guess, for his career. But yeah, this year just already seems pretty bad.
Yeah. We got Tyrod Taylor. We didn't talk about him. Do you like him here? He ran the ball pretty good last week. 19.8, not bad for 7,400.
Yeah, he got his points running the ball. I just
yeah, not in this game.
I'm gonna stick with that your defense isn't as bad as everyone's making it out to be. I think that you guys might be a little bit better. Yeah, I know. Well, your secondary isn't the best, but you still have a really good front seven, man.
Yeah, but like you said, we're playing Buffalo and San Francisco. Wait till we play the Patriots, and you'll see our defense.
Oh yeah, you're gonna see holes.
Yeah. So not too into this game. Like I said, maybe Stewart. We mentioned maybe Clay, maybe McCaffrey, but not really into this one. All right, so the closest spread is up next here with the Jets in Oakland. We got a 43 total, and the Jets by 13. No, Oakland by 13 here, so this should just be a blowout. If anyone, who you like here?
I'm just gonna go with Cooper, just based off of the fact that the Raiders stupidly went to Cooper like 3 times in a row in the red zone, and didn't rush Marshawn Lynch in. I don't know. They just have a hard on for getting Cooper his touchdowns.
Yeah, who knows? He might get his touchdown, maybe too.
It's not going to be hard. He can get in all in the first quarter.
Right. You got Cooper, Crabtree. Who you like here? You like Cooper over Crabtree?
Yeah, I'm still going to go with Cooper.
Right.
Crabtree looked a little not too good last week.
Not bad, but yeah.
There was just a couple plays there that it just I don't know what. Like I said, man, it seems like Carr and Cooper have this thing going on where they're
extra buddies.
Yeah, man, they got a bromance or something going on. I don't know.
Buy each other ice cream after the game. Who knows?
Hey, man, I know Michael was open, but you can throw it to me.
Hey, whatever works, I guess. I mean, it's working for them. So
Yeah.
obviously not week. Yeah, they did win week 1. My bad.
And then you got Seth Roberts getting the touchdown too. So
yeah,
I mean, that's the thing that kind of detracts away from Michael Crabtree for me.
all right. We got Jets. We got Curse had 9.4. Then Robert Anderson with only 4. GPP or just stay away.
Probably just stay away. I think. Yeah.
Running backs, we got Lynch, Powell, Forte. Who you like?
Well, I just don't see Lynch getting used a whole lot here. Then again, it could just could backfire on me because they could the Jets could just fumble the ball in the red zone for the Raiders and well, there you go.
Jalen and Richard there in the fourth quarter a lot. Who knows?
That's true. Garbage time does have appeal for him.
Yep. So nothing too crazy. Cooper, maybe Crabtree. Tight ends, you got Cook. He got 8.1. Nothing too bad. I don't think I'm going to go there. And then you got this kicker. I'm not even going to say his name.
Tavecchio.
Yeah, whatever you said. And then Chandler. Yeah.
Even worse, Catanzaro.
There we go. Any of these kickers here?
I don't know. Is Tavecchio for real, dude? I mean,
I don't know who he is, so I have no idea.
19 points, bro.
Well, you got to remember though, they're facing Tennessee and they couldn't get too much going. Should be a little bit easier here against the Jets. So I don't know how many field goals he's going to kick.
Yeah,
they'll probably be capitalizing in the red zone there instead of kicking field goals. So
I'm not going to go there. Yeah. I want them against want him against a little tougher team, probably.
Right. And then you got the Raiders defense. They're going to be popular, $5,300. I think they're the same price as Seahawks. $100 less. Do you like them or no?
I like defenses against the Jets. I just don't know if I really want to do that when I got the Seahawks looking really good, and then I got the Ravens looking pretty good too.
Yeah. So this should be a lopsided game. We didn't talk about the quarterbacks. You like Carr or no?
Yeah, I don't see Carr having to pass too much here. I mean, yeah, early on they're going to get theirs, but is he really going to keep his foot on the gas pedal against the Jets?
Probably not. So he might get you your 18 maybe, but
yeah,
better quarterbacks out there. I mean, he's a good quarterback for better price. So, that one doesn't really interest me. Next, we got the Chargers and Miami. We got a 45 total and only a 3.5 spread, so it should be a good close game here.
This is a nice close game I've been waiting for.
I like this one. Who we liking here?
I really like the running backs out of this game. I know you don't normally want to play 2 running backs in the same game, but these are 2 really big good touchdown upside running backs.
I agree with you. I like them both. Usually you don't do that, and they're priced pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Charger defense didn't look too bad against Anderson. He still got his rushing yards, but obviously J.J. is a lot different than Anderson is. So a lot bigger dude. So, yeah, I love both of these guys for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the thing. So Chargers defense didn't look too bad against Anderson, but Ajayi better. And then also, Gordon, it's a pretty good matchup here against the Dolphins defense. I mean, I know I was talking about it before. I think, bringing in Lawrence Timmons is going to make them better, but I mean, you saw what he did against Denver. I mean, he's
one of the best defenses. Yeah,
just gets in the box, man.
He's way too cheap right now, 76. He's going to be going way up to about 8,600 here, easy. So, I love both of them.
Yeah, I like them both for sure.
Quarterbacks, we got Rivers, we got MVP Jay Cutler here. Who we liking? I personally, this is funny, but I think Cutler's going to have a half decent game. Nothing too crazy because J.J. is going to get all the rushing yards, but he might get you 17. But nothing I'm really crazy about. I'd go Rivers probably. He's only 7,000.
So, I mean, do you want to play Cutler or no?
Maybe one, maybe 2.
Okay, if you play him, who do you want to play with him? Do you want to play? Okay, yeah. That's what I was going to say is I'm
not going to.
So San Diego plays a lot of man-to-man defense with their cornerbacks. And, Jay Cutler's not afraid of that. He likes to force throws. And Parker is the guy who goes out there, gets the deep bombs. He goes up for it. He's kind of tall, lanky. I do like how that reads for him.
For
Cutler,
sure.
a real aggressive guy. Parker, the guy to go up there and get it. So
Yeah,
don't
and
really
as you
mind that in a
mentioned,
GPP.
yeah, and as you mentioned, he's a big guy. They were even talking about it on some of these sports sites and everything that Parker is going to be the favorite, more favored wide receiver for Cutler this year. So, back to Rivers. Do you like him? Only $7,000. He had 18.7.
I think he's solid for the price, really.
I like him. I really do. I
Yeah.
mean, obviously, it's going to be a run game here, but he didn't do crazy too much. Obviously, that fourth quarter, he got 3 touchdowns total, which obviously helped him out there.
He's never the sexiest pick, but he just kind of quietly goes about his business and gets you your points.
For sure. Wide receivers, you got Keenan Allen. He still got 12 against a pretty good defense. You like him here?
Yeah, man. You know, that's what you want to see from a guy like that, and a somewhat tough defense. Somewhat tough matchup, and still getting his. You know for sure that he's a target monster. You know Rivers wants to go there.
Right.
He's had some bad luck with injuries. If it looks like he can hold up, and getting through a game against Denver is something that kind of makes people a little more confident in your health. I think.
For sure.
Really don't mind it.
And then you got Tyrell Williams. He had a couple receptions, nothing too crazy. Travis Benjamin, obviously a long ball threat. You like any of those guys?
I like Tyrell the Gazelle a little bit more.
Yeah.
Obviously, Allen's the number one, but I don't mind Williams.
Yeah. You like Landry, or are you staying away and just picking Parker?
I'm kind of just staying away, man. I hate to be down on this guy, but last year he was already kind of regressing. Plus, it looks like Cutler really is going to have this rapport with Parker. I didn't hear any quotes about Landry about how much he was, amazed by Landry. He was talking all about Parker.
Yeah. And then what happened to the Chargers tight ends? That's the main thing for here. We got Henry, nothing. Gates, 2.7. What do you think here? Are they going to rebound? Obviously, they're facing a hard team there in Broncos.
Yeah, I think that's what it was mainly, is you're seeing them against really good scheme defense.
Well, yeah, and the other thing, I was watching that game, and, Gates, he was just going right next to Brandon Marshall, and you're not going to be doing much when you're next to him. So, not Brandon Marshall. What's the linebacker?
Oh, that's his name, Brandon Marshall.
Brandon Marshall? Okay, I was thinking of –
no, I know. Yeah, you're confusing yourself, but no, yeah, that's his name.
Okay.
Yeah, Brandon Marshall, the linebacker for Denver.
Would you go Henry or Gates here, or stay away? I think it's going to be a long ball game. I don't know. They're in LA. Ball's going to travel there.
I'm not really. I mean, I like Hunter Henry more.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I pretty much want like the wide receivers, I think.
And then Cody Parkey. Oh man, this was all over the internet. Young Ho Ko.
Your favorite meme.
Oh, it was so funny. Everyone's like, "Don't trust the Young Ho." Oh man, that's awesome.
Dude, it wasn't even his fault, too.
No, it wasn't his fault. Anyway, who you like here, Parker or Ko?
I mean, Young Ho. I like Young Ho, man.
He has a good leg.
He's got a good name.
And a good leg as well. So,
yeah. No, I do like him. He was a pretty good kicker in college. He didn't get drafted because of his name. He got drafted because of his leg.
Yeah, and I don't think anyone's going to have him. So, I don't. And defense is nothing here. So, don't mind Rivers. Thanks. Don't mind Cutler maybe a little bit. J.J. Gordon, I think for sure they're going to be in our lineups. Wide receivers, Allen, Parker, GPP, maybe Tyrell Williams as well. Not too high on these tight ends, and then maybe some Ko as well. So, yeah, it should be a good one here. Not the highest total, but we like it. We really do.
Yeah. Well, competitive games, are always good.
Yeah, and let's see here. 3 out of the last 4 are really close spreads. So, anyway, we got Dallas and Denver. Only a 42 total, but we got Dallas by 2, surprisingly. At home in Denver, Dallas by 2. So, do you think that's just from like popularity and they want everyone to watch this game or what? I don't know. I don't really see it, Dallas here. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, we got Prescott. We got Trevor Siemian. Who you like here?
What happened to Trevor Siemian, dude?
He had 23 points.
Where are we at when Trevor Siemian has 23 points?
And he and he beats Rogers and Ryan and
Benny
Wilson.
Fowler. You had him, right? I had him. No.
Oh, for sure.
God. Yeah, that's
Ugh,
how you can chalk it up to NFL Week 1.
it was terrible.
Benny Fowler and Trevor Siemian were like one of the top wide receiver quarterback combos.
Yeah, people were going Cody Latimer, but that didn't work. So
No.
Anyway, we got Prescott.
I don't see a repeat of it. No thanks.
Do you like Prescott here or no? They're going to be guarding that line there against Elliott. They know that's what they want to do. Prescott's going to have to throw a little bit.
Yeah. Still don't really love Prescott or Bryant.
You got Elliott, C.J. Anderson, Mr. Jamal Charles. Who you like?
So, yeah, I mean, they're going to stack the line, but
I kind of like Charles.
You like Charles?
Well, I don't know. Like, he's interesting. I don't really like him in this game, but I like him. That's what I'm trying to say.
I like him, but, I mean.
Not in this game, no.
It was just – he's just not the same.
No, he's not.
I want him to do well.
Right.
That's
like I said, I like Charles. I really do. So, Anderson, Elliott.
I was going to say, so, I mean, I know that they're going to stack the line, but I don't care. I think Elliott still gets his yards. I mean, not going to be one of my plays probably, but.
Yeah, I mean, we just talked about it. You had Gordon and Ajayi, so that's probably who I'd pay for.
Elliott's still going to get you like 110, 120 yards, right. And it just really depends on how many times he gets in the box, but I don't think he really does.
We got Dez Bryant, Thomas, Sanders. You like any of these guys?
I'm never a fan of Dez, and I don't think you could pay me to roster either of those Denver guys.
Tight ends, you got Witten, Derby, nothing.
Ooh, here. Jason Witten, the cash game.
I actually had him on DraftKings
last week. You listened to me. I'm happy.
I did. I actually did listen to you.
I'm happy.
I still lost, but I listened to you.
And it worked, but you still lost. Well, so, this week I probably won't go there.
Yeah, he was a good pick last night. I didn't, you just randomly said him, and I'm like, interesting. I haven't even been looking at him. We didn't even talk about him on the podcast last week at all. So
I know. I just said, I was like, Jason Witten, he's a cash game player. You're like, right. Huh? Because I didn't really talk about him, but
right.
Something about that guy, man.
Yeah,
especially in a game like last week where you have really, really tough cornerbacks in New York. So that's kind of why I figured they're going to funnel a little bit more play towards him. But
right.
In a game like this, I don't really think so.
I think maybe 6 points, but that's it.
Nothing too high for him.
We got Dan Bailey, good leg. McManus, good leg, but he did miss the late field goal there. They're in Mile High there, so
can't be having that, man. Can't be having that.
I like Bailey. I like him.
I like Bailey to get a little bit. I just don't know how much they're going to punch it in. They're going to be able to move it, but once they get inside the 20, are they going to really do it?
I say at least 3 field goals by Bailey.
Yeah. So there you go. Play Bailey. He gets the extra length from being up a mile, so I like it.
So I think Bailey is my number 1 kicker. That's so far.
I like it. So because I haven't really been too strong one way or the other, and I know I can't play Tucker at the high price. Yeah. I'm gonna put some Bailey in. I like that.
Yeah. And then obviously these defenses. I don't know. Do you like these defenses here?
No, not my favorite really. I think Denver, if anything, but still.
So maybe Elliott. He's gonna get his points. I
think he's going to get 12 or 14, not like 18, 20.
And then Dan Bailey. That's really it from this one. So maybe a kicker game. That's really it. This is going to be a good one here, and you can talk about this one pretty good here. We got the Rams and the Redskins. We got a 46 total, and surprisingly, the Rams are favored 2.5. Who you like here?
Redskins.
See, you're like me with Carolina, man. It's our team, but we don't care. We know.
I don't believe in them. I don't know, man. They played a very, very weak team in Indianapolis Colts without their quarterback, without a number of key positions. Yeah. I think that Washington is better than what they played last week, and then I think we're not as good as we were last week.
Well, you got to remember Kirk Cousins. He's having issues with Pryor. Pryor was dropping some, so they hopefully they worked it out a little bit. He was getting frustrated. Cousins was with Pryor. I was watching it first quarter. He was way overthrowing that ball. having some issues with his command. I think he regains that here. A little bit of jitters first week, but against the a little bit easier Rams defense here. I know they got Donald back and everything, but I don't mind Cousins. I don't know, man. I'm still I still like Smith down there, and who was the other guy we were talking about? Bradford. I like both of those guys.
Yeah, I don't think I really want to go test too many other quarterbacks in that price range besides those two.
What about your MVP quarterback here, Mr. Goff?
No. No, I mean, as a fan of my team, I'm just sitting here wondering, I'm like, wow, is this really the world we live in where Cooper Kupp is going to get Josh Norman's shadow defense? And I think it might be. So they're going to take away his number one target, which is obviously Kupp. And after that, there's not a whole lot of reliable options out there for him. I mean,
got Robert Woods.
Yeah, he got a couple, but he also dropped one that was pretty bad. And you got Sammy Watkins, who still he didn't look like himself out there. So kind of reads into what I was saying about him this whole time is he's not the same guy.
This is really random, and it probably won't happen, but watch Brian Quick's going to go off for a touchdown against you guys.
Oh, please, book it. Yes. No, that is literally what happens to the Rams. Yes.
It does. It happens, man.
Yeah, for sure. Brian Quick with like 180 yards, 3 touchdowns. Book it.
Watch, we're going to joke about it and then come back week 3. Anyway, guys, did you guys pick Quick?
So, guys, yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, it's going to be the Brian Quick podcast next week. So.
Oh, my God. Anyway, we got Pryor. We got Jamison Crowder. Do you think any of them are going to rebound? If so, who you pick?
Crowder's not that bad, dude. He's not bad like that. I think he'll bounce back. Pryor, yeah,
he dropped.
He could have had a really good game, but he just did mediocre. I think they'll fix it, man. I think they'll work out the kinks. Honestly, I think they're gonna do it. And Kirk Cousins is very persistent. So yeah, I expect them to. What's that?
I said you like that.
Oh, he likes that. Yeah. Yeah.
You forgot about it for a second. You're like, oh, that's what he's saying.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You like that?
Yep. Crazy. You made money off that too.
Yeah, man. So, yeah. So he gets like what sponsorship did he get off of that?
I don't know.
He's definitely no. I saw a commercial or some kind of ad. I don't know.
So you got Pryor. Are you going to take him or no?
There's so many receiving options that I do like this week that I don't think he's my number one. But
I'd go Larry Fitz personally.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And then tight ends, you got Reed. You got Derek Carrier. What the heck?
Carrier.
I don't know who these people are.
Sprinkle. No thanks.
Yeah, Reed, he's not really looking all the way back. And then you got the 2 kickers here. You like any of these kickers?
Greg Zuerlein. I don't mind him, but I think I like Bailey a little bit more.
Yeah, for sure. I love Bailey. He's locked in.
Yeah.
And then you got these defenses. 28 points week 1 for the Rams.
I wouldn't expect a repeat.
No way.
If we get 1 pick 6, then we'll hit maybe 14, 16. And I think that's our ceiling.
30 runs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's like our
30
ceiling.
Points, my bad.
It's not even our floor. I mean, that's a ceiling of like 16.
So, we didn't talk about these running backs. We got Gurley, we got Kelly, we got Chris Thompson, 13.6. Who you liking here? Malcolm Brown, 7.6. Mac Brown, 14.5. He's only $4,500. Mac Brown, man.
What is that, dude? I didn't even see that. What?
Yeah, 8 for 80. Yeah.
Dude.
Right? There's our cheap running backs again.
All right, wow. Looking like a damn idiot, but yeah, I didn't even know this guy, Mac Brown. Yeah, you want to go there?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to go look at the snap count, snaps, see how many snaps he had. Looks like he got quite a bit. 8 for 82 yards, so obviously he broke a big one there. Actually, sorry about that. I'm totally an idiot. Hopefully, you guys.
That's last year, man.
Dude.
I was like, how did that happen? How did I miss that? Like, who is this guy?
Hey guys.
Yeah. No, because I mean, I
this.
have P Ryan, and I'm like, dude, there's no way, like, all these guys, because P Ryan got 10 snaps, and I was like,
Right.
yeah, no, man, it's all good, bro. You fooled me though.
Well, if you look at it though, it says played one. You would think.
Yeah, no, I get it.
So I apologize for that. It got me too excited right there. Yeah, that kind of sucks though.
Well, you got me real juicy.
Oh man. So you got Todd Gurley. You like him?
Nope.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man, I hate to sound so negative about my team, but no, man, our offensive line still has problems going on, so I don't really like it too much.
Well, and like I said, just keep going back to this game right here. Same exact prices almost.
Mm-hmm.
Giant Gordon. So yeah.
You think they have some touchdown upside versus Gurley? Yeah.
Yeah, who else? Who else for this LA Chargers? Damian Williams. He had 5.5 and 15 last year.
Oh, there you go.
I can't believe I said that. Wow, I feel like an idiot right now. Anyway,
it's all good, man.
All right, we're gonna move on from that one.
Let's move on from that for sure.
Yeah, that's interesting. It's a 46 total, so interesting.
Yeah. There's like 3 plays out of this game.
Yeah, and all I think on Washington for sure. So.
Yeah. Oh no, I meant the next game. Sorry.
Oh, my bad. Seattle, San Francisco. We got Seattle by 14.5 and total of 42. So,
who's the 3 plays?
Seattle defense.
There's one.
The 12th man.
Yeah. Okay. No, I'm really thinking some Wilson here.
You like Wilson?
So yeah, I mean, I know the offensive line's crap, but I mean,
I don't know. Ugh. You know what's weird, dude, is the other thing is all these optimizers, some of these labs and stuff, they're all picking Wilson.
Yeah. Because he's going to have 2 80-yard bombs to Doug Baldwin.
Yeah, this is so crazy, but Baldwin was in it too. So who knows, man? Who knows? I mean, I put it in at least 25, 30 different lineups, and Wilson was in at least 20 of the 30. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
So, there you go. There's Wilson there.
It's a little scary, though, when you see all that coming from the optimizers. You're like,
oh, for sure. And the other thing is, it was all from, it was some different ones too. So, and I also put in, changed it up with, obviously on the models, you can change it up and everything and edit your lineup builder. And every time I edited it and changed it, still Wilson. So we'll see. Anyway, you got Hyde. Thomas Rawls going to be back. You got Lacey, Carson. Who you like?
Well, Rawls is back, so
yeah. Do you like him here?
Picks are out of there.
He's going to come 120 yards against San Francisco
for $5,800.
I don't know. I don't think they're going to play him 100% now.
They have so many cooks in the kitchen back there that they don't have to play Rawls for 25 rushes. I don't think so.
But I do think he could get that one big run of 60 plus yards easy.
Yeah, it's funny. I think that Seattle comes away with like 250 yards rushing, but none of them really do amazing at the same time.
Yeah, for sure. And then wide receivers, you got.
Don't forget, about 60 of those are going to come from Russell Wilson.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Wide receiver: Baldwin, Garcon, Lockett, Goodwin, Paul Richardson.
Baldwin, Richardson, and yeah. I mean, I don't know how much you like, Hoyer. So,
nah, not this week.
Yeah.
You got Jimmy Graham. I hate you. You sucked last week.
Yeah, I don't want. Watch Jimmy Graham 2 free stupid touchdowns this weekend, and nobody plays him.
I thought for sure he'd do good against Green Bay. They're terrible against tight end. I don't. Who knows? Whatever. was last week. But and then you got Blair Walsh, MVP, and then Robbie Gold, who you like. I don't like them.
They're both MVPs, man. That's how good they both are.
Yeah.
Nah, they both suck. I'm not going to go with either of them.
And then obviously cash option is the 49ers defense.
Play them. Plug them in, collect your money.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Seahawks defense for sure, week 1.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah, Wilson, Seahawks defense, and then Baldwin. That's the 3 that you're talking about, I'm guessing.
That's my top 3.
So,
but, I mean, like we're kind of talking about all these other games that are going to be much more competitive. Do you really want to play them?
And especially this last one.
I don't like all the optimizers throwing them in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a little And last one, obviously, this is going to be a good one here. We got Green Bay and Atlanta. The 54 total in Atlanta. They are going to be introducing their new stadium. They're going to be rocking that house here. Ryan's going to get pumped up. It's going to be a good one. Sunday Night Football. Who are you liking here?
Jordy Nelson. Yeah, especially Jordy Nelson, though.
For sure. Devontae Adams, Cobb, all these guys.
Yeah, man, it kind of upset me, though. It looks like Cobb was getting a little bit of better targets than Devontae Adams. But I do think that will be a dynamic situation week to week. You know how it is in Green Bay.
And you got to remember they were playing the Seahawks. So,
yeah.
Atlanta, their defense isn't too bad, but, yeah, should do a little better this week.
Yeah, that's the thing. You know, Seahawks defense, all those guys are pretty tough, so it's hard for a guy like Devontae to get open against them.
Yeah.
I think he can be a little bit more successful this week. But, yeah, everyone, you know, I don't hear a whole lot of people talking about him, but everyone's favorite wide receiver every year is always Julio. Could he get 2 touchdowns this game, or are you not really into him? What do you think?
I like him. I really do. Man, I really like Thielen and Diggs, though, and then Nelson.
Yeah, I like. There's so many Julio. Cheap options that are really attractive.
Mm-hmm. Julio, he's going to be at home in Atlanta. I like him here. I really do. And then I really don't mind Mohamed Sanu. I picked him 7.7. That's not that much, but I don't know. It's going to be a fast-paced game. I think Sanu's going to get a couple catches as well. He's not really a red zone threat at all, but maybe a cheap option. I don't think he's going to do crazy good. I'd rather just go Cobb a little bit more, but and also watch out for Gabriel.
Hey, I was going to say, he might upset you if you go Sanu.
Yeah, he's been picking up as well. So definitely watch Gabriel. Running backs, you got Freeman, Montgomery. I like Montgomery.
Man, yes.
I do.
Yeah.
As you guys know, he was a wide receiver, so he's a running back wide receiver mix. And that's awesome right there. So 17.3 against a really good Seahawks team. So I love him here. 65.
As much as I'm not super into him, it just seems to kind of be working in this new age NFL that we have going on.
What about Tevin Coleman here? 7.8. Like him or no?
Don't mind him, but it just seems like Freeman is still that bell cow back.
Do you like Freeman?
Yeah, I don't mind him, but I think I'd rather play, like we were saying, Ajayi or Gordon. So
for sure. And then got Rodgers and Ryan. Who you like? I like
both,
Ryan.
Really, but yeah, I think Ryan's better for the price tag.
I think he can put up similar numbers as Rodgers, or even better.
Yeah.
And then you got Bennett, you got Austin Hooper, which obviously everyone had week 1. God.
The best tight end in the game.
God. Anyway, you got Hooper. You like him? I don't mind him again.
Just go back to him. I mean,
he's only $5,500,
and he won't be super high owned.
I think he'll be a little bit more high owned, but I think
higher. But there's how many people are going to believe in Austin Hooper, man?
Yeah. Everyone's going to flock to Gronk.
To Gronk, yes.
So I like Gronk, Kobe, Fleener, Hooper. There's a couple out there that I don't mind. And then you got Bennett. Let me see here. Kickers, we got Bryant, Crosby. I like Bryant. He's always a good option there for cash. So if you had to pick Adams or Cobb, who would you pick?
I'm going to stick to my guns with Adams.
Yeah, like you said, I think it could be a little bit of a reverse this week. Adams could be coming out top, but I love Montgomery. I really do.
Yep.
So
he's in a lot of builds too,
for sure. So that is all of them. We're just going to create a little lineup here for you guys. As normal, this is just going to be, a cash option kind of lineup here. It's not our final lineup. We might leave out some of our good plays and everything. Like I said, this is just a standard kind of put together lineup. So if you guys want our premium ones, definitely let us know. Like I said, after we do our lineup, we'll go over the prices for you. So, alrighty. So, cash lineup here. Who do you like for your quarterback?
Can we just start with Larry Fitzgerald?
Sure.
Because we're gonna put him in as a cash game. So,
all right. There's Larry Fitz, 66.
Just want to make sure we get that out of the way.
Yep.
And then, oh man, you want to go Breeze or you want to go a little bit cheaper or Ryan? Okay, yeah,
I think
mind.
cash.
Yeah.
I mean, Brady, Rodgers, Breeze, all of them are good, but man, Matt Ryan, he's pretty cashy. Running backs, what you got?
Like me some Melvin Gordon.
And then who else do you want?
We can go Ajayi, but can also go a little cheaper, I think.
Montgomery?
Yeah. It's up to you. That's kind of what it's either one or the other.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to go to my tight end here. Let's go to tight end.
Put him in.
I don't think we're going to get Gronk. I don't think get him in this lineup. Do you think we could?
We'll try it and just see where we're at.
We are at 57, so maybe get him in there.
We might be able to if you go cheap and cheap on kicker and D. Just see where that leaves us.
I want Bailey. Well, I'm going to put Bailey in there.
Put him in, yeah.
And then defense, we're going to go to Baltimore.
Yeah, because we do need a little bit of savings.
They're not too cheap, but and that leaves us with 67, so not bad.
That's really not that bad, man.
So if let's just say we get, I don't think we get him in there, but we get Jordy Nelson. You got 5,400. I mean, is there anyone 54? Let me go.
We can go JJ. He might even be too expensive.
Nelson. Oh, yeah, we got him. There you go. I actually like that lineup.
Yeah, man. I mean, yeah, two wideouts against a really crappy defense. So, I mean.
Right. The only kind of iffy thing here is, yeah, you do have two Arizona wide receivers. I mean, I like both of them, though, as we saw. We just talked about it. Running backs out, so they're going to have to get more receptions here. So, I don't know. I really don't mind that it's a cash. It's really, really cashy, but
I don't mind it.
Yeah, I don't mind it at all. So, anyway, guys, that's just a brief little lineup. Our final ones will be 100% better than that one. As you heard, we do know our NFL, so definitely get in for week 2. As normal, we always do the main slate for NFL, which always starts at 1 p.m. Eastern time. It's only $30 for the month, $120 for the entire season, includes playoffs. Get 4 lineups per week. So definitely get in on that. Like I said, we're looking ahead to week 2 here. It's looking pretty good here, week 2. So there's our email. We'll also have it in the comment section for you, and also our Twitter as well. So anything else to add? No,
pretty much does it. Let's go, Kareem.
Right. So anyway, yeah, it should be a good week 2. Definitely looking forward to it. Hopefully you guys have a good one as well, and hopefully this helped you out as well. So I think that mostly does it, guys. Until next week, we will talk to you guys later.